Welcome to Lit Media. My name is Nicholas Cartier, and today we are live from the inside of my car to talk about the new Nintendo Switch Pokemon game, Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, that were announced. It's crazy. It's nuts. It's whatever you want to call it. My thing about this game is I've got a lot I want to say about this game, and I want to collect my thoughts. Because this is a big step for Nintendo. This is a big step for Game Freak in general. To start off with, yeah, most of the leaks that you heard about were right. It's a yellow remake, and for the most part, it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. It's still, they're keeping it turn-based, but instead of having wild battles, it's gonna be a lot like how when you play Pokemon Go. How you for instance, pretty much that. It's gonna be that, but it's gonna be on Nintendo Switch. They're coming out with a Pokeball controller. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. The way that these titles were announced and the way that they let's start with how they're announced. I think they're announced beautifully. Like, yeah, the leaks were right, but there's a lot of leaks going on. That the image of the female trainer, the female player on the Lapras, that's actually an image. That's what the game looks like, except for it looks better because it's not blurry like the picture. But I feel like, they kept it under wraps. So the way that they announced this game was they held a private press conference with a couple media sources. I think Eurogamer was there. I want to say Cerebi, the Pokemon news website, which you should totally get your Pokemon info regularly from. That's where I get my info from. I think it's Joe Merrick who runs it. But yeah, they had people there, and they didn't stream it. They didn't stream it at all. So there was no way to watch this. There's no way to watch this. You can find it on YouTube now. They finally released it, but at the time, all you had to do was stay on Twitter. I've been trying to stay away from the Lit Media Twitter because I don't want to post a bunch of dumb stuff on it, and just trying to stay away from Twitter in general. Like, it's already bad enough that Facebook's a thing, but just trying to limit myself with social medias. And I downloaded Twitter. So I could watch this happen, because this is how it was happening. This is how I had to experience this game. And it was a fucking roller coaster is what it was. So they started it off. They started off with Pokemon Quest. And it's so pretty much it's Pixelmon. It's Pixelmon, but officially licensed by Nintendo, which that's a whole different story on its own. At the time, I was at Kyle's house, and he and I were going through. He's not that big of a Pokemon fan, but I'm me. So I kept updating him because I wanted to talk to someone about it, because the shit was happening live. And what had happened is they started off with the Pixelmon, and they did that for a solid probably 10 minutes, and it was crazy. It was crazy. I was pissed. I was pissed off that I had thought that was how I thought it was going to be Pixelmon. That was going to be the next game. But me being impatient and jumping to fucking conclusions, they released a trailer for this game. And this game looks beautiful. It looks amazing. It looks like they're paying attention. So they're in Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. There's this glitch that you could do where you could have no lines on the Pokemon, and they looked really, really nice. And this is how the Pokemon look in this game, at least in the footage that we saw. Some of the game mechanics that I noticed were obviously Pokemon are going to be following you. You get to use the Pokemon controller if you buy it. You can take Pokemon with you. It's kind of like the Pokewalker is from what I'm understanding. So it is a Pokemon Yellow remake, and according to Cerebi, it's going to have the original 150 Pokemon, only the original 150 Pokemon, which is not a bad thing. But the way that you're going to be catching these Pokemon, there aren't going to be any wild encounters, like I said earlier. There's it's going to be the Pokemon Go catch method. Move your Joy-Con and catch them that way. You play with one controller. You can play with a friend on screen. You can play 2-player co-op, like on the same game. You don't have to load up a thing. I'm not really sure how it's going to work with their Pokemon team, if it's going to give you the choice to only use 3 Pokemon and you use 3 and they use 3, however that's going to work. But yeah, no, I don't know. I still want some time to collect my thoughts on it. I still want my time to collect all of my thoughts on it, because this it's a really big thing, and it's something that I've been waiting for a really long time. It ironically, I said that it was going to come out on November 17th, and my fucking bad, it's coming out on the 16th. So, but other than that, you can ride on Pokemon. All right, so they're bringing back the feature of Pokemon can follow you. So you're going to have your companion. If you get Pikachu version, you're going to start off with Pikachu. If you get Eevee version, you're going to start off with Eevee. And these Pokemon stay outside of their Pokeballs from what I'm seeing. But you can also have other Pokemon, like this image right here of Gengar following behind. You can also ride on Pokemon. So Pokemon such as the Lapras that we saw in the leak, Onix, Charizard, bigger Pokemon is what they're saying that you're going to be able to ride on, which it switches it up. But not only that, it makes everything look more realistic. Instead of having wild encounters when walking through tall grass, you're going to see the Pokemon in the overworld. You're going to see the Pokemon are going to spawn in the. It looks really good. It looks like they're going to do really, really good with this game, and I really like where the franchise is headed. I like that. My first gen obviously was Generation 1. So I like that it is a Gen 1 remake. It is also a core series Pokemon game. A lot of people are saying that this is a spin-off that only has ties with Pokemon Go, which it does connect with Pokemon Go. I don't know. This game, it looks really pretty. I like the way that it plays out. I like that they're using, I like that it's the original 150, because it's a nice start. And they said that another core series Pokemon game was going to be coming out in 2019. So possibly 8th gen, but I think this is a really smart move on Nintendo and Game Freak's, just on their part. I think they're handling it really, really well and very, very professionally. And I like the way that they're integrating Pokemon Go, because Pokemon Go is it's the game, and it's a lot of people give it crap. And I understand the flaws of it. I understand it's got the snake water. It's got the snake water type of vibe going on with it, kind of like things like Sea of Thieves and No Man's Sky. It promised too much in the beginning, but with the integration into the core series Pokemon games, it turns Pokemon Go into an entire different beast. You can transfer your Pokemon through the original 151 over to this game from Pokemon Go, and when you buy this game, you get something special for Pokemon Go. I want to say they said it was a Pokemon that hasn't been seen ever, so possibly the first 8th gen Pokemon we're going to see when this game comes out, when we connected to Pokemon Go. These are just my initial thoughts. I've been waiting for this game to come out, and I made a wish list for it, and I want to say that not everything was hit, and of course there's going to be more news coming out about this game. It was just announced however long ago. If you're watching this video, for me it was like yesterday. But it didn't hit on all the marks, but like, I don't know, we'll get into that one in a different video, hopefully. But my initial reaction for this 2018 Core Series Pokemon Yellow remake is, it looks beautiful. I think Nintendo is doing a great job, and I can't wait to see what becomes of it. I hope it really pans out. Anyways, my name is Nicholas Cartier. This is Litmit Media. If you like our content, you can check out our podcast. It is also on YouTube, or you can go to our website at limitmedia.fireside.fm. The podcast is also available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, pretty much anywhere where you're listening to podcasts, you're going to be able to find our podcast. I also know that we are doing a Road to E3 that you should really check out. It's going to be some content that we're going to be trying to push. Not push, but we're trying to get our footing and see like what we want to do, what people want to watch from us. So yeah, check that stuff out. Other than that, my name is Nicholas Cartier, and keep her lit.